So this is the beginning of my living fence. We had a cherry that's self-seeded. This is a Nanking cherry. We have lovage. And then this is where the willows start. So we have reached a height with my willows that it is time to prune them a little bit and get them fed to some animals. So I'm going to show you how I do that today. You can see the level I cut it to. Once you cut it, it kind of kills that willow and it has to come up from the root. But you can see where I do it too. The sheep are a little bit hungry this morning, so I'm going to harvest these for the sheep and then take them up. I'm not going to feed the cherries because those have, I believe it's arsenic, but I could be wrong. They won't like the lovage because the lovage tastes like celery and it's super intense. They will want the willows. They won't want the motherwort because it's a little bit prickly and it's an herb. Generally, they don't like a large amount of herbs. So we're just going to take all this down to the deadwood part of the fence and create more deadwood. You can see it comes down very, very quickly once you get started. I'm only going to cut a little bit more. I'm going to cut just a little bit more so that you can see what an actual section should look like. All right, you can see the difference in height between what I haven't cut and what I have cut and what I still have that needs to be cut. A lot of people would call this like a deadwood type of a fence. I have deadwood, it's not all living wood. And I stick branches in the ground that then turn into trees, and then these guys self-seed. So it pretty much just kind of never gets taller, but it does get thicker. Well, I think it's already cast all of its seed. But I'll show you. This is where it's self-seeded. The nice thing about these guys is if you get them early enough, you can just pull them up by the roots, but you have to get them early enough to pull them up by the roots. But you can see this is probably 8 feet tall, this willow. So this one definitely needs to be cut back. Hi, Mama Chicken. How are ya? And then, yeah, we'll just take this to the sheep really quick. I may have to turn this off because it's a little bit of an armful. But I'll try to keep it on. What you doing, chicka baby? I'm not trying to chase ya. This one here, this one is growing too far out into the path, so I have to come and cut that. As sad as it is, because it's super healthy, it's too far out into the path. And these are my lettuce beds going to seed. I'm going to save some seed from those. And my ever resilient Swiss chard. There's the hollyhocks. We let the sheep out to graze quite a bit, and they tried to kill my hollyhocks. There's our firewood. It is starting to be quite a pile. And that's what's left to be split. It's over there. And then the pallets are just waiting to be put into hotbeds. And there's all our wonky wood to be used for hot dog roasts, which is nice. It's all set up and ready to go. All right, so the sheep ate trees, not the trees, like they didn't hurt the bark on the trees, but they eat all the leaves. So that's the nice thing about sheep, is they don't gird them. But this is wormwood. So those sheep should be well and truly wormed at this point, because they ate every single tiny little last leaf off of there. And they're to be butchered here in another week, I think. So they have been well and truly wormed. All right, guys, I'm going to put this on the inside so you stop rubbing all your wool off. So they have a whole bunch of hay there in their shelter, plus what they can graze on here. It doesn't look like very much, but they still have grass in here. But they like variety. Hi. So they'll eat the leaves, and I'll see if I can go get them some more leaves. They really like to eat the cottonwood leaves. That's what they really like. And I could also come and get some corn out of the garden for them.